Unified Payments Interface, a next-gen payment method, was launched by National Payments Corporation of India on 11th April. So far, we have been using some payment methods like IMPS and NEFT, out of which IMPS has been the fastest. UPI is being launched as a successor to IMPS, using which you will be able to create virtual IDs for each of your bank account and wallets. And when you are transacting, all you will need to enter is the virtual ID, and you have to provide a PIN on your payment provider's smartphone app for the authentication. Now, this convenience can be compared to the ease of use of email, as your bank account details, card details, and any other details are completely secure. You only need that ID. Now, also as a feature, UPI brings the pull functionality along with the normal payments which you have to push. This allows you to send payment requests to a virtual ID which will show up as a notification on the receiver's app. This idea was explained by Mr. A.P.Hota, the MD and CEO of NPCI. Here's what he said about the idea and its development.
The idea came from Nandan Nilanjan.
Okay.
It is almost about a year and a half back.
Okay.
Then he bounced the thought with us.
Okay.
Then we liked it immediately and we lapped it up.
Okay. Okay.
Then he said, really, I have spoken this idea to the new governor. That time the governor had just joined.
Yeah.
Then we organized a function a year and a half back, almost 14 months back in February 2015.
Okay.
And the idea of UPI was unveiled. So in 14 months time, really that's how we have progressed. Developer came out with a lot of new ideas.
Okay.
And to make it more user friendly, and
Okay.
all have been adopted.
Okay.
And some have been implemented part of the specifications, and some as the banks start developing their own package, they can really put in place.
And sir, as you have also mentioned that you will be auditing the apps of the banks and their implementations of
Yes.
UPI.
We will not be, we ourselves would not be auditing.
Okay.
We'll get it audited, and
Yeah.
we'll see that audited, clean audited and clean complied with the apps are in the market to ensure that there is zero tolerance for any security breach.
Exactly. So you're having high priority on the security
Yes,
side
yes,
as well.
yes.
Okay, sir, that is really good to know.
Yes.
And as you have also explained that UPI is going to change the way we pay
Yes.
online, and
Yes.
and so many vendors are already on board.
Right.
So we are really looking forward
Yes.
to the implementations. Thank you. UPI is also being supported by multiple industry leaders. Here is what Deep Kalra, Chairman and Group CEO of MakeMyTrip, had to say about UPI.
So fundamentally what's happened is that online traffic has moved from desktop to mobile. Right? 2 years ago, online traffic through mobile was less than 10%. Today the reality is 50%.
Yeah.
For some lines of business like hotels, for us is 70%. So much has moved online. Now when you're on, so much has moved mobile. When you're on mobile, the payment methods become tougher.
Yeah.
So while credit card with OTP is working very well,
Yeah.
but if you look at the other modes of payment, debit card, a
Yeah.
little less success rate,
Yes,
but the
yes.
moment you come to net banking, success rate plummets.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
plummets because it's clunky.
Yeah.
The pages are not optimized.
Definitely.
Login takes a lot of time.
Definitely.
Completion of transaction, checkout takes a lot of time. So therefore UPI was needed to enable this.
So, do you think that UPI is the height of financial innovation, or
No.
I mean, we are seeing, just the beginning of
UPI,
something?
what is UPI? UPI is a layer.
Yeah.
IMPS was there, network was there.
Definitely.
But it was obviously not very robust.
Yeah.
Now on top of IMPS, there's a new layer called UPI, which allows your virtual payment address, which allows you to have another factor authentication. So it makes it easier.
Yeah.
But it will, evolution will continue.
So, do you think with the advent of UPI, I mean, being a leader in the e-commerce field, I mean, do you think we'll see more traffic now in e-commerce, as in
Definitely.
if and when
well,
UPI
that's why
gets-
we are the first to integrate.
Definitely.
Yeah, and we definitely expect more and more. See, it'll become finite number of people have credit cards and debit cards.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyone can have a virtual, a virtual kind
Virtual
of
address.
account.
Yeah.
Once you have a virtual account, that means everybody, you can start transacting safely.
So
Mobile, you need a mobile number and a
Yeah.
virtual account.
Definitely. So, according to you, from here, I mean, the good is good, obviously, but I mean, do you see any hindrances or any, points of or like worry with the UPI? I mean, being a vendor, I mean,
See, like the governor also said, there's an infrastructure. There are many players. There are 6 players, 7 players. There could be points of failure. But with digital payments, you can always figure out where that is, and then there's improvement there. So that's the way forward. So I'm sure there'll be some challenges.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
Anything new comes with challenge.
Paytm and its mobile wallet has become deeply embedded into the payment infrastructure since its emergence. Mr. Vijay Sharma, founder 197 and Paytm, shared his views with us about UPI and its impact on Paytm and some other mobile wallets. Hi, sir. We are already aware that Paytm has changed the way we see online payments hugely. I mean, by itself and with its strong integrations with other startups and other services. So, from your point of view, how do you see UPI affecting the way Paytm works?
I think one of the most important things for PayTM is to take money, add money from bank accounts.
Yeah.
And net banking infrastructure hasn't been great when it comes to mobile-based net banking transactions. So UPI for PayTM will be an incredible way to add money from your bank account to the PayTM account. And that is what we see UPI's great use. And it's mobile savvy and it can be requested, push and pull both comes into this. So I can request money to be taken from your bank account or you can push money to the PayTM wallet. Both ways is possible. So it's an incredible way to add money to PayTM wallet.
Yeah. So, sir, I mean, as an end user, I mean, it might be slightly hard to understand what exactly UPI is and how it is
PayTM.
different for something like Paytm.
Correct.
So, will you just explain in a few words?
So UPI is a protocol which allows your bank money to come to someone like Paytm or some other merchants. Paytm is a integration with people whom you pay. So we are the last mile, they are the first mile if you were to look at it, a journey of your money from your bank account to the merchant.
Okay. So, as of now, I mean, with UPI, do you see any foreseeable problems? Any security concerns?
I think more than problems, I do see that a lot of banks are not on UPI yet, so it takes time for them to get online. And I would prefer that everybody is online and nobody blocks anybody and so on.
Okay. So, sir, with UPI, I mean, do you see any, like specific, increase in how, the volume of money or the number of users, who will be, in Paytm? I mean, do you distinctly see something like that?
Yeah.
Or is it?
Basically, when you see the money adding patterns,
Yeah.
the largest is debit card and then second is net banking for us.
Okay.
I believe that it should cross net banking. So it should become more and more convenient for consumers to add money wherever they want.
Okay. And another question for Paytm itself. I mean, with respect to UPI or independently, what is your next innovation?
Offline payments is the critical thing for Paytm. If we were to see last year, what we've done is online payments. You can go on different places online and you can see Paytm and pay. But I think online payment is an incredible value add that we've done or the change that we brought. But offline payments by Paytm will be historic. And I think that is what the magic is, what we're looking to create. 2016 will be the year when Paytm will be in every nook and corner, and we are not leaving any stone unturned to do that. Traditionally in this country, if you see the card acceptance network is so minuscule for a country which is so many 600,000 villages and so many cities. We know that there is literally only like 500,000 merchants who accept cards. We're changing this. We are targeting 2 times, 4 times, minimum 2 million merchant by the year end when you will be able to pay using Paytm on those places. And these are all merchants which are in offline world.
So we'll be having the availability of cash with the usability of Paytm.
Correct. So for in other words, and in some of the cities that we are working right now, this is already happening. So when you go to a puchka shop, you can pay using Golgappa shop using Paytm. When you go to a pan wala, you can pay using Paytm. And when you go to a restaurant, you can pay using Paytm. When you go to a grocery shop, you can pay using Paytm. So we want to be in every nook and corner of this country where you pay and today take the cash out. I remember I used to be in college in 1998 and the magazine that I used to save for was Digit, so that I can acquire and read Digit magazine, and it remains that even today.
So, any advice for our young readers and audience who's going to see this video?
Well, there is only single advice that I can give you, that today when you are not seeing anywhere the mobile is being added in the business, whether it is like taxi order, payment, shopping, you should just look at it that can you add mobile to the power of the business. So businesses powered by mobile are superiorly powered businesses.
So that was Mr. Vijay Sharma from PayTM with an excellent explanation of UPI. That's about it for now about UPI. Stay tuned for further updates about the implementations and innovations that follow. And don't forget to subscribe.